Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Yukir tribe, our snowy land seeking tribe who has made it their journey through many generations to seek out all of their lost ancestors trapped in ice in some of the snowy lands throughout the world, and freeing them from their icy prison of being inside of these little iceberg glaciers while trying to discover all 5 of the prehistoric genes that are available in Niche. And we are playing an old version. Just to remind you guys, we are on a legacy version of the game right now. It's basically like playing hard mode because we cannot add in those prehistoric genes into our mutation menu in this version of the game. So we have to be really strict with our breeding, and you can't have your nichelings luckily like dig up a root if they don't have digging paw in this version. So we pretty much have to be very careful with our food resources and our genetics, much more so than in the full release version of the game. But I am very excited to resume our adventures. I was really tickled that so many of you were already downloading the Yukir save file and trying it out. I did notice that the text files were wrong for it, and the name list that I put up on Dropbox yesterday, or it would be a couple days ago by now. So I'm going to modify all of it again, and by the time you are seeing this beautiful snowy island, everything should be up on the Dropbox so that you can download the Yukir save file. I believe I uploaded the version right before we cracked open the first of these snowy ice blocks, so that you guys may have ended up with a different creature rather than Kambi here, who has armored body and is sick because he's got doubled up immunity genes. So yeah, every time you crack open an ice block, if you reload the game, like reload the save after cracking it open, it'll be a different creature each time. So I really love seeing your guys' tweets that you send to me and your screenshots of what you end up with the Yukir tribe, what happens in the alternative universe of your game. So that should be up. I should have the niche name list back up. I should have the updated Yukir tribe file back up, and keep an eye out because I may even have some extra things up related to the niche live streaming that we have been doing. So I will be trying to save and share the save files more often by the seashore. My goodness, that's like a little bit of a tongue twister there, isn't it? So if you guys really want to get your paws on the Yukirs, then know that that will be happening. But let's go ahead and dive right back in because we do have 2 of those beautiful prehistoric rocks to crack open, 2 icebergs. The first one we opened unfortunately did not give us the opportunity. We were hoping to have one of the 2 prehistoric genes we have never seen before, so that means that the Yukirs may end up still with 2 blocks left if we get really lucky and we open up this block and it has a gene we've never seen before, and really lucky and open up this block and it also has a gene we've never seen before. There is a possibility, a slim possibility, but like a winning the lottery possibility, both of those ice blocks may contain the 2 genes that we are missing. And then we would have all of the prehistoric genes in the Yukir tribe, and we could see how long they could survive successfully on this hard, snowy island, which would be quite thrilling. But if these 2 genes are not in these 2 ice blocks, that means that the Yukirs are going to have to rally themselves and move on to new lands in search of even more snowy lands and even more ice blocks until their journey of finding all 5 genes are finally over. All 5 of the missing ancestors must be found. And they're finding a lot of tribe members like this poor little guy. I'm so sorry, Canby. You're just going to have to live in that hot springs. But they're finding a lot of tribe members who are like repeats of genes we've already unlocked, but it's fun to at least give it an attempt, and I love the Yukir's journey. So we left off last time with me having forgotten that big walrus deer that came by with all of the awesome food that it possibly could have helped us out with, he actually is totally fine to attack because we have armored body in all of our creatures, and I completely forgot that gives us a good hearty dose of protection that gives us 3 defense, and the walrus deer can only do 2 attack. So when we see that guy again, we are going to try to corner him somewhere where there's like between a rock and a hard place and some of the nichelings. We need a bigger tribe to really do group hunting like that, But I think that's why Kierta and Aprila weren't really that concerned about running into him, because they have plenty of food, but they are armored body nichelings. And we have always traditionally made it so that the armored body nichelings of the Yukir tribe are quite sassy when it comes to danger, because I don't know if anything could actually hurt them. Other than the babies getting stolen by the birds, I don't think there's anything that could actually mess with our Yukirs. So, alright. We cannot move Kawari at the moment because she needs to stay nearby to keep Kaliki and Roga warm at their 2 new nests that they have right here. And we've also got little... Zex Travis was trying to do a little bit of helpful exploring. I don't know if he's going to be able to move it quickly enough, but if we can start lighting up the top of this mountain top a little bit easier and keeping an eye on all the bunny burrows, that will really help us with making sure that we can get the most out of the food that we have. And then down here, we are trying to start to increase our numbers. The more nichelings we have, the more food we use up, but we have a lot of food left from the last island, so we might as well increase our numbers so that we can hunt a little better, we can have scouts scan the island a little better, and we can keep warm. That is something that's very important to Astral, is making sure that the nests are warm, and you can't exactly have a warm nest if you don't have enough nichelings to huddle together. So I think Astral, even though he is one of our nichelings who does not have all of the proper Yukir traits, he is missing a hammertail, for instance, and he is missing the horns, so he is not considered a very handsome nicheling in terms of Yukir's beauty standards. But he has a very good heart and double mammut foot, and so everybody really appreciates that he tries hard for the sake of the small little ones and family. So let's go ahead and have Scylla have another child. Astral is dreaming of a gigantic tribe, which is not very practical for feeding everybody, but that's not really his concern. And a baby! That's a baby boy who looks almost exactly like him! Oh my goodness! Takir, oh my goodness, Astral, you have a little son. I'm gonna name him, let's see, Astral, maybe Kirtel. I'm gonna name him Kirtel. After his father, actually, because he's kind of like a little identical nicheling. Look at that. So now we have 3 nichelings down here, which should hopefully keep everybody warm. I panicked for a split second, by the way, seeing these bones. I was like, wait a second, who died? But we're good, we're good. None of our current nichelings died. Oh, Sila, you are not gonna live very long, lady. All right, let's have Astral move this way, and we'll have Sila jump up in this nest. And then I'm gonna have Astral go ahead and mate with her, and Sila is going to go ahead and repair that nest. And I didn't mean to leave the baby Kirtal alone that much. Hopefully his 1 mammut foot will help him out with cold resistance there. But he can't get near his brother, unfortunately. Zexa Travis, I am so sorry. I feel so badly that Zexa Travis can't really be with any of the other nichelings. So, no! You only had 1 move! Dang it, because he's getting really cold. I meant to move him into the hot springs. Darn, alright. And then I do want to try to get Combi up to this hot springs, because there are several little spots where you can see all of these wonderful roots that Combi might be able to help out with. I don't know if he can make it up there in time. No, Combi, don't change your name. You are not a snake. In this version of Niche, whenever you would try, oh, Combi, can you get it? Alright, we'll try to see if Combi can make it up to this hot springs. I just feel badly that we got the poor guy out of the iceberg only to have him freeze to death on the side of a mountain. Not really that cool. Alright, and then let's see. Another male up here. Kirta is getting a little cold, so we should probably send him back up to the rest of the family too. April is also getting cold. Let's move Kaliki down a little bit and see if April... Oh no, she can't make it because she's cold. She can't make it all the way into the nest. Oh no. All right. How to protect babies. And then Kawari, how many moves do you have? She has 3 moves because she's warm. So let's go ahead and have Kirta scooch this way. He can't keep her warm, unfortunately. So April somehow didn't have enough moves. I don't know how. And I can't really leave the baby too far. All right, we're going to try this. We're going to go ahead, and these 2 are going to have another child. Hopefully they will have a nice healthy child. And then Roga, I don't want to leave the baby. So we're going to keep an eye on April, but hopefully this will work out. But Roga, I do need you to jump out of that spot and maybe do something useful like collect food. How many moves does he have? He only has 2 moves. So I'm going to go ahead and leave him in that nest for now so that he can help keep a little Kaliki warm. And it's really hard because we're so close. We are so close to being able to get to these glaciers, but we have to send our nichelings in teams and it's just hard. Ugh, all right. I'm going to leave everybody kind of where they're at and we're going to welcome another child with Kawari here. Oh no, now it's snowing. But a beautiful moose-ling baby. Oh, look at her. She looks like a little nutmeg or maybe a little acorn. She looks like a little pine cone. Oh my gosh. I'm going to name her Pine-Ari. Pine-Ari. There we go. Because she looks like a little pine cone. She has the armored body and everything, and that's just adorable. Oh my goodness. Welcome, little Pine-Ari. Oh, actually, let's go ahead. Why don't we just go ahead and name her Pine Cone? I'm just gonna name her Pine Cone. We're straight up naming her Pine Cone because that's adorable. So welcome, little Pine Cone. You are so cute. Very glad that you can come to join the family. Let's go ahead. Kambi might leave that meat there. Oh, there's the walrus deer. Oh, if only we could do the hunting with the walrus deer. There we go. And Kambi's going to jump into that waterfall, or the hot springs, I mean. Zexa Travis is going to jump into the hot springs, and he can kind of just chat with his mom and gather some of the new material right there whenever it regrows. Little Kirta, thankfully, is not cold yet. Oh, thank goodness. Huzzah, huzzah. He can come sit on top of here. Can he not get cold? Cold resistance. Okay, because he's a baby, he can get cold. So I think his dad would definitely stay near him. And we have a beautiful baby girl. Oh, we're seeing some classic Yukir genes over here, you guys. I should probably change out what our mutations are because I've like fiercely forced Crackerjaw into this family for so long. But because we're actually warning dots, red fur, beige fur, gray fur, I feel like maybe we could start unlocking some of these. Maybe it might be fun to get some blue eyes to go with the ice and the snow of the Yukirs. I don't think we have like Astral's blue eyes, but I don't think blue eyes are really in much of the tribe. Oh, and Astral and April actually have blue eyes. So we're gonna finally, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be cheering right now, but we're going to remove Crackerjaw from the mutation menu. We have to be really careful never to put in any of the body types. We have to be really careful never to put in any of the like antler or ram horn or no horn types. We have to be really careful not to put in too many of the different paw types because we need to keep that mammut food in there. So you can see how having the prehistoric genes in this version of niche is a lot trickier. You have to be much more strategic about what you put down. But let's go ahead and maybe put in blue eyes just to try to get that mutation unlocked, and we'll try to get some of the appearances unlocked whilst we're here. All right, so and maybe like make a black rose, or maybe make like a white moose nicheling again. Oh, that was so cool. All right, so I'm gonna have Sela jump down, and we're going to go ahead and have her get ready to have another child. I think she only has like 2 more children left, so that's a little bit making me a little bit nervous, but I'm sure it'll work out okay. I hope. We need lots of babies right now, seems to be the most important thing. All right, and I think that whenever the babies are born in groups of 3, like they're assigned in little groups of 3, and then they become kind of partners. I think that's what Kawari and Kirta and April are probably talking about now, is trying to have babies in groups of 3 so that those babies will always be partners with each other to help go together and travel the mountainside together. Because as long as you have your partner, your 3 partners, then you're good. So I definitely think that would be something they would try out doing. So April is going to jump up here and build her nest. Kirta is going to scooch over next to her, and Kawari is going to scooch down here and make a nest over here too. And now Pinecone, Roga, and Kaliki have to wait until Pinecone is old enough to move with them, but they are going to be the very first little group of 3 nichelings that move in strategic small packs. And I think that's going to be a brand new sort of tribal introduction, or like, well, yeah, the niche tribe, yeah. It's a new tribal introduction that will kind of roll in, I think. So that'll be fun, including the fact that black antlers, or the black megahorns, are considered the most attractive. And especially if you're black rose type, or maybe the white moose. If you're a white moose or a black antlered creature, or excuse me, black megahorned creature, you're considered exceptionally attractive by the Yukirs. And the Mamutfoots are the ones who really insist you always move in groups of 3 for protection. So, alright, that should take care. We only have a few nichelings on this island. Alright, next up. Hey! No! You're not allowed! You're not allowed any of my babies! You hear me? None of my babies for you! Alright, you back off, buddy. Alright, well, oh, twins! Twins, you guys, look! Just as we were talking about having groups of 3, are these identical twins? They are identical twins! My second ever identical twins! This is so exciting! Oh my gosh, let me roll over to my gigantic niche name list. Some of you guys like specifically come up with really good twin names. Let me see, I want to make sure. Let's see. Yeah, there's lots of twin names right here for boys that might match. Ooh, I kind of like these. Okay, so we're gonna go, even though this seems kind of interesting, we're gonna go with Ghost and Saber, which were suggested as a pair of male twin names by one of you amazing people who have left your niche names in the comments below. So thank you so much for that. We now have Ghost and Saber, and we have another little boy right over here. Let's give him a name. He's got lots of beautiful stripes, and we'll kind of roll down. Well, we have Ghost and Saber, and let's go ahead and we're going to call this little guy Fang, because that's actually a name I'm seeing repeatedly as I randomly scroll down my niche name list. And I kind of love the idea that they're kind of like a little attack crew. Do they have a claw amongst them? Okay, they don't have a claw amongst any of them, but they do have some pretty good attack because of their horns and their hammer tail. And of course, they are all armored bodied. So here we go. Now we have another group of 3. I'll probably change the gemstones to indicate which group is together, but that's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Lots of babies, and the big blue bird has noticed, so we need to take care with that. Alright, and Combi is feeling good, but I think he's just kind of gonna quietly relax. He only has 1 day left before he passes away. And then we do have some hungry females now, and we might need to make some more nests, but then like upkeep the nest if we have this many of them. And I need to have more girls if we're going to be able to really keep our tribes going. So give me just a second. Kirta is going to grab that and then jump back. Okay, there's 3 nichelings, so technically they should keep each other warm. But I don't want to leave the babies because they're going to get eaten by the hawk. So we'll jump back over. Alright, well, these little ones, Pinecone and Kaliki and our little, come here you, our little Roga are old enough to actually start wandering away on their own, and the bird can't mess with them. So we might send them down this direction because they've been told their whole lives, one day the tribe will be big enough to go and crack open this iceberg and release an ancestor. So I think they would want to go see if they could get a view of the ancestor. So let's see how far we can have them go. Alright, Pinecone can go this far. And Kaliki can go this far, and we'll have her repair this nest. And that's as far as they can go. And Roga knows they have to wait until Pinecone is big enough and old enough to wander with them. So that should work out very well. Little Pinecone's so cute. All right. And then we're going to go ahead. I have meat out that I need them to grab. Kawari. I mean, technically, as long as that stays frozen right there, we should be okay. So let's get Kirta up here. And then Kawari, let's see, April, we can't leave the babies very far, unfortunately. Dang it. All right, we'll go ahead. Did that take? No! There we go. We'll go ahead and get these ones pregnant. There we go. And I'll have April risk it by we'll just have her build another nest. We've got so much nesting material. All right, so we've got another baby set on the way with our little mooselings on the mountain. Look at all those those mega horns. I love it. And then down here, we have another little boy who looks just like his dad. Oh my gosh, Astral, you're just having all these sons and they don't have mega horns, but hopefully their children could. So we have another little son from Astral. Let me scroll, and I think we're gonna go ahead and name this one. Oh, those are definitely meant for our Seekers tribe. We're gonna go ahead and name this one Orsicon, because it's supposed to mean a great friend. So we have little Orsicon down here as well. So we're getting quite a few children, and hopefully they can move in a group of 3, kind of like family members. I think, is our little girl cold? No, she's cold. Don't worry, your brother's right here to help you out. Okay, so she can't get out of the nest, and Sila can only have one more baby. So let's go ahead and make sure that she can get pregnant and build a nest. And we're just gonna have to leave everybody kind of where they're at so we can guard the current babies. All right, and then Zexa Travis, he has 3 moves, so he would jump out to get some nesting materials and then back in. There we go. All right, we're really limited if you don't have your buddy of 3. So let's see what happens next. Oh boy. Oh, death. Death, why? Oh, goodbye, ancestor. Your life was too brief. Oh no. And we have beautiful Izrako, but she is sickly. So we are going to have to plunk her safely down in one of these hot springs. And normally the rule is that we have to abandon these kinds of sickly nichelings. But I think we're so close up and we're so nervous on, oh my gosh, look at all these mega horns. We're so nervous on our male to female ratio. Like, she would make the perfect mate for the twins, Ghost and Saber here. She would be a great mate for them, actually. So we'll probably just have April be a little bit upset because purebred April has just had a sickly child, and traditionally we would have to expose this one to the snows and allow the snow and the ice to determine her fate. But thankfully there's so many hot springs here, and they just learned from this ancestor that the hot springs could be very healing for sickly nichelings. So we'll go ahead and put her into the hot springs. And then Fang is doing good. We want to make sure he doesn't get eaten, please. Oh, hello. There's that guy again. Oh my. Alrighty then. Can I deliver like a little bit of a blow to you, buddy? I feel like Kirta might want to jump down there. All right, so Kirta's going to gather the food at least. And then we'll have the twins start spreading out a little bit. I feel like Kirta might want to jump over here, and we need the other twin. Oh no, I don't want him to get sick. The other twin might have to stay in the nest, but then he won't be the same age as the others. Oh dear. Kawari, can you move? He can only move one at a time though, so oh phooey. All right, well, we're gonna have to leave him in the nest because I don't want to risk him getting sick. Oh, yeah, all right. We delivered a little bit of a blow to that walrus deer, and I think that would have definitely gotten the attention of Roga and the others. So let's have them continue over here. We can only go as far as Pinecone can at this stage. There we go. Oh, look at that. And they can see the walrus deer, and they can see some bunnies. So we finally have one little group who can start really moving. Oh, look at how far Kaliki can go. Man, I thought that having all of these runner's legs would be a bad thing. But actually, now that I see how quickly and how far they can go, I think this is a good thing. Can we get... Okay, we might want to strategically try to get closer to the walrus deer. And Kaliki, we can move over here. All right, so this is about as far as we can go this time with this little group, but Roga and the others have seen the bunnies, and so there we go. So we've started to make little groups of 3 that can travel, and that's a good thing. We're breeding up our current nichelings. Oh no! And Anako has been born, and she has a few siblings she can travel with, and pretty much Zexa Travis is kind of on his own away from the tribe now, but Kirtal and the others will be able to travel together in a big family group, so they at least have that going for them. And Astral will quite proudly and quite happily bring his children up to the top of the mountain, or possibly start a little family like group down here where we can kind of entice some of the nichelings to come down. He might move with his side of the family over here and open up that. Yeah, we might do that. We might follow along the beaches because there's a lot of clams, and we'll have them work from there. All right, and then up here, Zexa Travis, he just kind of has to chill. I feel so bad. I might have him come over and destroy this nest, and then we'll throw him back into the hot springs because we want to reuse the nesting material. But all right, I think that's pretty good. All right, guys. So now that we have figured out a few things on how we're going to tackle strategy here, I'm keeping a nervous eye on the food. I don't think we'll have many more nichelings, but we'll kind of get one more group of 3 since our original nichelings are getting old enough they might pass away soon. And then we'll have a little cluster of 3, hopefully one more cluster of 3, a couple sickly ones, and Astral's little family that will walk along the snow and the waves, the icy waters. And they will try to unlock this one, and we will have Pinecone and Roga and Kaliki and their little crew come down here and hopefully break that other ancestor out of the ice. But you have to move really carefully on these snowy islands. It's amazing. But all right, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.